real quick sound check. It looks like I have one person in the room. Let's see here. If you could put something in the chat, if you just want to say hi, that would be great. So that way I know who you are. Oh, Ravina, how are you? How are you? It's so good to see you. You know what? I'm going to give you a door prize because you're the first person on here. So thank you so much for all the support. I have a bag full of goodies right here. And so I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway and I'll announce the winner in next week's video. I hope I'm looking in the right spot. Oh, so good. So good. All right. So I have 2 thumbs up so far. Oh, where'd everybody go? Uh-oh. Is the live stream coming through okay? Oh, thank you, Ravina. Thank you. Wow. What have you been up to? I feel like it. Let's see. I know that I saw you comment the last video, but I can't remember if you commented the video before that, the week in the life. I feel like it's been ages since I've seen your comments. So, all right. Who else do we have? Oh, it was buffering. Okay, so I'm going live on my phone, so I hope this goes okay. I'm still having issues trying to get software downloaded. Well, it's downloaded onto my MacBook Pro, but it's acting up. I don't know what the problem is. So we'll see how it goes. All right, who else do we have in the room? Let me see. I wish I could. Can I open this up to see the chat? Live chat. All messages are visible. Yes. But I can't see the chat. Huh. Okay, give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to get this chat box to show up because I want to see what folks are talking about. Top chat. Okay. All right, so I thought I was gonna get like the scrolling chat coming through, but I'm not seeing that. But you know what? We're gonna start. Let's see. Wanting more when I watch one video. Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know, Ravina. I think we're gonna. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get into this this Q&A. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, so it might be kind of difficult to get folks on here, but that's fine. Okay, so I know we have Ravina. Let's see, who else do we have here in the room? I'm still trying to figure out how to see the chats as they come in, but I'm telling you, it's kind of challenging. Let me see, what if I... Jay, how's it going? Hi, Michael. All right, cool. Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna give it one more minute, and Jay and Michael, just so you know, I am going to do a giveaway for everyone who joined the live. Ravina is going to get an auto, let's see, don't make me do all the talking chat. I'm sure that won't be the case, Ravina. People just kind of have to warm up a little bit. Hey. So I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to be on here for an hour. But what I would like to do is have these once a month and then gauge, you know, how many people are joining, how much engagement there is, and maybe we'll stretch it out beyond an hour. But I figure an hour today would be good. I have a list of 20 questions that I'm gonna try to get through within an hour. You pulled the trigger a few minutes early. It's all good though. Oh, wait a minute. So it's not time yet. I'm telling you all, I had so much anxiety about this live today. I was just like, Lord, please let it go right. Please let it go right. But I think we're off to a good start here. So let me do a real quick time check, and because I don't want to start too early. That's a really good point, Jay. That's a good point. So how's everybody doing? Let's see. Arctic Thunder, hello. Hello, thank you for joining. So good to see you. Let's see. Why you are beautiful. Aw, thank you, James. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Great, and you. I am doing well. I tell you what, we have sunny weather today. It's cold as all get out, but that's okay as long as we have some sunshine. Let's see. It's been, oh yeah, waiting for the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Oh, you look so happy. Love to see it. Oh, thank you, Georgia. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I can't complain. I can't complain. I mean, usually this time of the year is when my mood really starts to go down because I'm like over winter already. But I think for the most part, I'm in really good spirits today. So that's good. All right. Thank you to everyone who is in the room. Give me a quick second. I want to do a time check. Hold on. Okay, so I just checked the time and it looks like it's 1:01, and I hope I'm looking in the right spot. Okay, so it's 1:01, and I think we'll go ahead and get started. Again, thank you so much for joining this live stream, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I want to do is go through these 20 questions that I kind of compiled when I went through and looked at a lot of the comments that had been left on previous videos. But I also want to open it up just in case you all have some questions that you want to ask. So what I'll do is I'll probably go through a few of these and then I'll open it up. Let's see. Congrats on your live stream. Is this your first one? No, I did. So this is my third one. So the OGs who are on here, you remember the first one. There was all kinds of feedback, echo. It was a mess. It was a mess. So what we ended up doing was just kind of like chatting back and forth. And then my second one was last year. I think it may have been in July or something like that. But that one went really well. And then my laptop decided to start acting up. So I wasn't able to use my laptop for today's live stream. And I've been trying to figure out this MacBook Pro. So I've been pushing out the live stream date. So we're on my phone today. So this is live stream number 3. This is number 3. But I think it's going pretty good so far. Someone mentioned that there's a little bit of buffering that's happening. If you can, let's see. So far, it's looking great. I know how much work it is. Yeah, it is. What's in, oh, wait, say that again, Jay. I didn't see your, the chats are different on the phone. They kind of like pop up and then they disappear. Okay, Jay, I didn't catch it. What's in that wine? Oh, I needed something to calm my nerves, you all. So this wine is actually called Relax. And I figure it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so I can indulge in like one glass. So it's pretty good. I don't know if there are any white wine or Riesling lovers on the live stream, but it's really nice. It's very smooth. It has like a caramel flavor and a little bit of apple. So it's nice. It's nice and crisp and clean. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into these questions. All right, so let me see. Just as long as you don't end up, don't tell anybody if I do, okay? No, I think I'm good, I'm good. Okay, so this first question I have here, and I'm not gonna read the names of the people who commented. I'm just gonna like read the question. It says here, when I went to Alaska Fairbanks in the winter, I noticed I slept a long time. Is that normal for Alaska in the winter? And so I'm gonna just answer off the bat, yes it is, because there's so much darkness. So I wanna say we get down to as little as 3 hours of daylight. And so because of that, with the darkness and everything, it's gonna make you tired. You're going to want to sleep more. And what they said here is here in Phoenix, we only sleep maybe 4 hours a day, no matter what season. So I visited Phoenix. I don't know if that applies to everybody, but to your first question, yeah, you're definitely going to sleep more. It says, oh shoot, is cold in winter and hot in the summer. Yes. Yes, that's, you know what? Thank you for mentioning that, Arctic Thunder, because Fairbanks, I believe their temperatures, it's the norm for them to be in the 90s and up, right? In the summertime. Yeah, Fairbanks, they get a lot hotter than Anchorage, but they also get a lot colder than we do. Um, let's see here. So the second question, and I get this question quite a bit, it says, you're a beautiful lady. Did the military bring you there? Yes, the military brought me here by way of my father. He was in the Air Force. He's retired Air Force. And so we moved up here. I want to say it was the late 70s when we moved up here. So yeah. And to be quite honest, because somebody asked me a question too, they said, so if you didn't grow up in Alaska, would you choose to move to Alaska? And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know if I would choose to move here unless it was for a job opportunity, but I would definitely visit Alaska. I would definitely visit Alaska. Arctic Thunder, I don't know if how you came to be in Alaska, if it was by way of the military or not. Let's see, OMG, last time I was in Phoenix, it was 112 degrees. Oh my goodness. You definitely want to visit, Jay? Yeah, you should. You definitely should visit. And Michael has visited. Michael, I think you visited maybe once or twice. Maybe once, I think. And you're planning a return visit sometime. Yeah. So I would definitely say, especially if you live in the US. Yes, once. Yep. Yep. So I would definitely say if you live in the US, you should visit Alaska at least one time. Okay. And then the second or the third question is pretty much the same. Well, no, it's not. Okay. It says, was I born here in Alaska? And I was not. I was actually born in Florida. Michael, I know you live in Florida and you guys are having some amazing weather right now. I think it's in the 70s and I am so jealous. But yeah, most of my family is in Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. And we moved up here we were in Arkansas before we came here to Alaska. But both of my parents are from Florida and I was born in Florida. Okay, the next question, why are you moving away after your daughter graduates from high school? And let's see, I was born and raised there and moved to the lower 48 for a bit, but Alaska is my home. I hear you. And you know what, to be honest, I think that I would, even when I leave, I will definitely consider Alaska my home. I know I will come back and visit. Because it's such a beautiful state. It really is. But I do feel like it's time for a change. I feel like I've done my time here. And it would just be nice to breathe a different kind of air and to have different types of experiences, maybe experience more culture. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to being closer to my family too. That's going to be really nice. Okay, so this one is more of a statement. What does it say? Nothing wrong with that. Exactly. And my folks are getting older too, so yeah. All right, so this one is more of a comment, and it says, this place is a crap hole. Tell them all the downside of living here. Guns and people getting shot. Employees at the Gaslight Bar got shot 3 days ago. Tell them about the homeless and dope, the Hells Angels and meth. I spent my years traveling and it was always easier to fly out of Seattle. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. So in regards to the crime here, I would say crime is everywhere. And I think that it's because we have access to the internet now and things are being reported more on social media. Exactly, Jay. I don't think you would live anywhere that doesn't have crime. And they mentioned guns and people getting shot. Yes, that does happen. And you hear about the per capita. Let's see, I miss Alaska. I might move back and get a little house. I tell you what, these comments are like flashing up so quick. If I miss your comment, I'm gonna see if I can go back and revisit it. Um, but yeah, they talk about the crime here, and what we have to remember is that we're such a small population here. So when you talk about per capita, it's just I try to put things in perspective. Crime is much higher nowadays than it was back in the day. Um, exactly. As long as you have people there, there's potential for crime, and that's just the reality of it. Do they have? I don't think the meth problem is as big as it used to be. Maybe, I'm not sure. I know there was a lot of people getting arrested for meth out in the valley, so like the Wasilla area, and then Hell's Angels. I've never heard anything about the Hell's Angels being in Alaska, so that's news to me. But I don't know. Homelessness is definitely on the rise, and I think homelessness is on the rise everywhere, because if you look at Seattle, my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy how many what do they call them, tent cities they have set up in Seattle. So we have some of that here too. Yeah, yeah. But I would say the good outweighs the bad for the most part. Um, but yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that these things that are mentioned in this comment they don't exist. Definitely not saying that. Okay, this next one, I'm moving out there in February, and this one was kind of funny. I'm moving out there in February, and I ain't see no ring, so maybe we could go out and you can show me around in person. Okay, so I get these requests for personal tours quite a bit, and I have to be honest with you, I am not comfortable with giving a guided tour, at least not at this time, to folks. I mean, I would love to be able to do that, but I have to figure out a way to do it safely. If I could do it in a manner that's safe, then, I would probably pursue that. So I'll need to look into that a little bit more. I was considering that. I really was. Maybe folks can book like a city tour with me or something like that. So yeah, I'll give that some thought. I will. But just out the gate, I'm just kind of uncomfortable with doing that. Okay. So the next one I have here is, I am looking at your video and thought about relocating there. I hear stories about Alaska being so cold in the winter. Can you tell me if Anchorage gets 30 degrees below zero like other places in Alaska during the winter months? So Arctic Thunder and Ravenna keep me honest here, but I don't believe Anchorage has gotten down to negative 30. At least it hasn't since I've lived here. And again, Fairbanks, yes, that is probably typical of their winters, or is possible, but I've never experienced that in the winters here in Anchorage. All right, let's see here. Hi, I want to ask if the summertime over there is very hot or cold. It is beautiful over there in Anchorage. Let's see, what is it? It was never that low when I was there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's not the norm, negative 30. If it get Fairbanks, yes. But not Anchorage so much. Now, if we start dipping down into the 30s, like below zero, I might have to accelerate my timeline for getting up out of here, because to me, -6 is like pushing it. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, they were asking if the summertime is very hot or cold. I would say that the summers here are comfortable. At least in Anchorage, I think a couple years ago we did kind of get up to the 90s and we hit 100, but that is rare for us. Again, Fairbanks, it's really hot, but I don't think there's anywhere in Alaska, I could be wrong though, that is cold in the summertime. I haven't researched that. I will have to look at that a little bit more. The North Pole for sure, but not here in Anchorage. I just subscribed. I have been thinking about moving to Alaska after I graduate from college with my teaching credentials. I was curious if there were any African American people that lived in Alaska. I know, lame thought. But this isn't the first time I thought about moving to Alaska. Thank you for sharing. And so this is what I'll say. You know, I do have quite a few African American people that ask me what it's like to be African American or Black in Alaska. And let me tell you, that video is coming. I'm going to do a whole video on that. And I have to say, when I mentioned this to one of my non-Black friends, they kind of did an eye roll a little bit, because they were like, why would your experience be any different from mine? But I think that it's maybe difficult for people to kind of have a perspective on that if they can't relate to your experience, right? So I totally get it, because the population here, I would say, is 30% Black, right? And so for me, I think it's important to make a whole video on that. I'm gonna do an entire video on at least my Black experience in Alaska. So be on the lookout for that. I'm tapping some people so that they can, I wanna do a little bit of a tour too of some of these Black-owned businesses and hair salons and all that stuff. So I have a few people that are on board right now, but I'm telling you, there is a very rich African American Black history in Alaska. And I wanted to pull together something for Black History Month. It's a little slow going. I may just have to piece some stuff together, but just to share the history. So be on the lookout for that. But I would say here, yes, there are Black people in Alaska. 3% of the population is Black. I won't say African American, because you have so many different, there are African people here, you know, people from all over that would probably fall into that category. So, all right, so we'll get to that video very soon. A lot of people say not to stay in Anchorage because the crime is rising, but to find a house in Eagle River. Are there any good neighborhoods that you can suggest that don't see much petty crime? I can't wait for the video though. Oh, good. Yeah, I hope it's well received. I think some people may push back or frown on that, but I feel like it's something that it's on my heart to do it. It's my channel, and it's gonna get done. So speaking about crime in Eagle River, I don't hear about that much crime happening, but I do know that it does happen. The crime rate in Eagle River is lower, and that is because they have a much smaller population than Anchorage. So the areas or good neighborhoods that I would recommend in Anchorage, I would say Lake Otis would be a good area, Abbott Loop, Diamond, South Anchorage. Let me see, what other areas? Turnagain is another good neighborhood. West is a good neighborhood as well. Let's see, the next video is on yes. Okay, so I got a little distracted. You know, I feel like I'm missing out on some good comments. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to catch them as they flash up here. Definitely, I'm gonna do a relationship video, because to me it's fitting. You know, it's Valentine's is coming up, so I'm gonna be working on that too. I want to get a tribute, like a Black History tribute video out, and then I also want to do a like dating scene or social scene type of video out for this month. So I'm telling y'all, I have a list. I have a notebook that has so many different YouTube ideas and things that I want to get done. So I'm gonna make it happen. But yeah, those are the neighborhoods in Anchorage that I would recommend as far as safety is concerned. Not saying that they do not have crime in those areas, but if it was me, those are the neighborhoods that I would look at moving to, especially South Anchorage, West, Turnagain. I want to say Rogers Park is another good neighborhood too. I have to say, I so enjoyed this live. Oh, right on. And you know what? I love it because I get to interact with you all, but you also get to interact with each other. So it's cool. I love it. I love it. Let's see. What is the best cell service company to go with in Alaska? I currently have AT&T. Okay. So here's what I have to say about that. We have some local telephone companies here, but a lot of times they have to piggyback off of these other networks. And if it was me and you have AT&T currently, I would stay with AT&T. Yep, Ravina, I would stick with AT&T. Or I've never used Verizon, but I hear they're really good too. I would stick with the giants. You know, I really wouldn't go local. I really wouldn't go local. We have GCI. Let's see, GCI has the monopoly. They do have the monopoly. That's true. But you know, here's an example. So when we had that big, huge earthquake, I think it was 2017, and the cell phone service got knocked out, but people who had AT&T, either they never lost their connection or they were able to get back on sooner than those of us who were with the local telephone company. So, you know, I mean, that's something to consider. And I thought about switching over to AT&T myself. I might still do that, especially since I'm going to be leaving Alaska next year. So I think it would be a good idea for me to take care of that at some point. Okay, this next one, no, you're leaving Alaska. Where will you go? All right, so all the places that I'm looking at are mostly on the East Coast or like Southeast or something like that. Yes, Southeast side of the country. But as far as on the West Coast, I'm looking at Arizona. I was considering Nevada at one point, but I'm not sure about that. I'm kind of iffy about that. I was also looking at Colorado, but then on the east side, I'm considering, let's see, I'm considering not Georgia. Well, I'll say further south. I'm looking at North Carolina. I'm looking at Texas for sure. And I'm looking at Tennessee, more like Nashville, Tennessee, or kind of like those surrounding areas. I hear Memphis can be kind of scary, so I'm not too keen on moving to Memphis, Tennessee. But those other areas I just named, I'm definitely open to moving there. Okay, it looks really nice up there. How are the people? Now, I would say the people here at least in Anchorage, because this is the familiar with, the people in Anchorage, I feel like they're really, for the most part, are very nice and welcoming. They're helpful. If someone, especially this time of the year, they slide into a ditch, you know, you see people hopping out of their cars, helping to push them out. And again, you know, when we had that earthquake, people weren't pushing each other out of the way to try and get supplies and stuff. Everybody was just really civil. And I would say, let's see, Memphis is rough. I got family there. Yeah, I have friends that have family there. My friend Percy, that's where he's from. And he said he would never move back there. So yeah, you won't catch me in Memphis. I'm not. But yeah, I would say the general vibe of the people in Alaska, you know, I would say, and there's another question on here about racism. I would say in my 30 plus years of living here in at least Anchorage, I have experienced very little racism, and any racism I experienced, I feel as though it came from people who weren't from Alaska. You know, everybody gets along. it's not really a big deal if you're from another culture, another ethnicity, or what have you. You know, so that's really nice. The next question, are you married? No, I am not, but I put it out in the universe that I will be married either by 2023 or I will get married in the year 2023. So we shall see. I don't have any prospects at this time. However, 2023, I'm putting it out there. I'm sending it out there. Jay. Oh my goodness. Okay, next, do you experience racism in Anchorage? If so, is it often? And I just spoke to that. And I did a couple interviews with a Puerto Rican couple, as well as Percy and Willie, who was Percy's brother, and they're both African American. And in their experience, they haven't experienced any racism, or at least not any blatant racism. I understand that some places in the South, it's very open and in your face. My family is in Georgia, and some of the stories that they share with me is just kind of like, wow, I can't believe that's still happening in this day and time. It's just so bizarre to me. But I don't, from my standpoint, I don't think there's very much racism. I think there's very little racism. I can't say there isn't any. There isn't any, because again, just like with crime, wherever you have people, you're bound to find a racist here and there. So, okay, let's see. What is it like being Black in Alaska? And again, I'm gonna make a whole video on that. That deserves its own video. Yes, yes. So that will be coming out. That will be coming out. Racism, sadly, is everything. Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, and I won't stay on this very long, but, you know, a lot of this country, what it was built on was fueled by racism. So, but we're going to leave that where it's at right now. Okay, let's see. How do you handle the winter darkness? Okay, so the winter darkness, I have to say, as far as how to handle that, I found that if I get outside, even if it's just to get a little bit of daylight, that seems to help. And then I also found some vitamin D plus K3, I think it's D2 plus K3 supplements, and they seem to help a lot because I didn't have those supplements last year. And when you live up here, because we have such little sunlight, we're deficient. We're deficient in vitamin D. So taking that has really helped. Getting outside, getting fresh air. I would say being social too, but you know, with everything that's been going on, it's been a little difficult to socialize as much. You know, people have kind of been on their guard and not as open to getting together, and I totally understand that. Another thing that I do is I like to drink coffee. Coffee helps to boost my mood, and then exercising helps too. You know, so you just have to kind of find things to help you to combat, you know, with the darkness and everything, because it can cause people to have, oh, what is it called? I want to say seasonal affective disorder. I think there might be something else though that's kind of tied to lack of sunlight. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, you just have to find different types of coping mechanism. Oh yes, yes, Michael, coffee is a must-have. It really is. Coffee is life. Amen. 2023, teakwood and tobacco. Oh, you know it. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you. Okay, by the way, I wanted to know if they had any Burger Kings, Chipotle, or Chick-fil-A. Somebody really, and people want to know, like, do we have Subway up here and stuff like that? And I think I've shown Subway in my videos, but to answer this question, we do have Burger Kings. We have we have three actually. We have 3 Burger Kings. We don't have Chipotle, but we do have Qdoba. And I hear they're kind of the same. I'm not sure. I've never been to Chipotle. And Chick-fil-A, we don't have Chick-fil-A. We don't. Sorry. But we have just about every other fast food restaurant. We just got a Sonic maybe a year or two ago, and people went crazy for it. The only Sonic we have right now is out in not in Fairbanks, I'm sorry, is out in Wasilla. I don't know if they're planning to bring one to Anchorage or not, but yeah, people are really excited about it. I wasn't really crazy about Sonic when I had it when I was in the lower 48, so I didn't understand what the big deal was, but I guess they're doing pretty good. Do you drive and sit on the wrong side of the car and road? So I think what they mean by that, let's see, showing Anchorage honestly makes me want to visit. Yes, you definitely have to visit. I went to Golden Corral with the mountains in the backdrop. Isn't that gorgeous? We have the most beautiful scenery because wherever you look, you see mountains everywhere. I love it. And I think I've said this before in a previous video, whenever I leave Alaska, what I miss the most is the mountains. I really do. It's so beautiful. And I kind of think that when I move, I would like to kind of be in driving distance to where if I wanted to go see some mountains, I could. That scenery is everything. It really is. It really is. It's gorgeous. And I tell people too that the mountains kind of change colors. It'll go from purple, like a violet color, to sometimes they look blue. And then you'll get the green and the brown. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. But to answer this question, do we sit on the wrong side of the road? I thought people don't ask this a lot, but I thought it was an interesting question. So I don't know if maybe sometimes in the video it looks like I'm sitting on the right instead of the left, but we sit on the left side just like everybody else. So yeah, no, we drive on the same side of the road as folks do in the rest of the United States. Okay, and then this next one. Hi, happy girl. What is the best time to visit Anchorage, minus the snow or very little? So I would say if you're not a winter person and you want to visit Alaska, I would definitely plan a trip here, probably from mid-April all the way through, I would say, the end of July or maybe mid-August. We start getting quite a bit of rain in the July time frame. So I would say mid-April, May, June, probably mid-July. Let's see. Why leave Alaska when it is so beautiful? I've lived here for so long. I've lived here over 30 something years, and I want a different experience. I know that I said it's possible that maybe I'll just snowbird instead of completely relocating, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I'm being pulled to get outside and expand. I don't know. Do you go to the Alaska Berry Factory often? Excuse me. No, Michael, I haven't been there in forever. I haven't been there in a very long time, but I think that would be a cool video. I should take you guys there. I will be back. Oh, maybe. It's possible. It's possible. I know back in the day, we would have quite a few people who were in the military. They would PCS out of here, and then they end up PCSing right back up because they just loved it so much. Have you ever been to Ohio? Have I ever been to Ohio? No. Is it nice? Is it nice? I hear that they have quite a few IT opportunities out there in Cleveland. Somebody left a comment a while ago saying that. Is Ohio one of your recommendations? Would you recommend that maybe as one of the places that I relocate to? The weather is really bipolar. Like Alaska. Well, we back to Orlando. Yes. Orlando is really nice. Orlando is nice. I think it's really busy the last time I went there, and it makes sense because of all the tourism and stuff like that. So I don't know if I would want to live in Orlando, but probably on the outskirts. I just live there at the moment. LOL. Oh, okay. There are so many opportunities in Seattle. Just saying. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I have really good friends that live in Seattle too. You probably heard me talk about my friend Harkemole. She's in one of my videos, I think, when we did the day trip to Fairbanks, but her and her family live there and I'm really close with them. And she's been trying to get me to move there for the longest time. Um, and I thought about that, but the only thing is the weather. I think we get more sunshine days than they do in Seattle. That's yes, they are the coffee capital. That's for sure. I used to go to Seattle quite a bit for work a few years ago, and I really did enjoy it. I even enjoyed downtown Seattle. Just I like the hustle and bustle. It was pretty cool. I live in Seattle. It's cute. Yes, I agree. I agree. And my daughter, she enjoyed Seattle too. And I mean, that girl, she was navigating while we were downtown, like she had been there before. It was interesting. But yeah, Seattle, it's a great place. I went there for work a few times, and then I also went there for a couple vacations. I love going up in the Space Needle. Let's see, I used to live in Bellevue. Bellevue is nice. Bellevue is really nice. Have you ever been in any other city in Alaska? So I visited Wasilla. I visited Fairbanks. I visited Seward, Valdez, Whittier. I think that might be it. No, I've been to Homer, but I don't remember it. My dad had us all over the place when I was little, when we were growing up. But yeah, I visited some other cities, but I wasn't there long enough to really get a feel for what that area was like. I do know that Seward is definitely a tourist town, and I think the same can be said for Homer. My supervisor mother-in-law lives in Wasilla. Yeah, you know, Wasilla is really not my scene. If I'm being completely honest, Wasilla is not really my scene. I feel like, oh, I don't want to say anything to rub anybody the wrong way, but it's definitely not my scene. I feel like they kind of live by a different set of rules out there. People definitely love their guns out there. There's definitely the whole woodsman, game, hunting type of mentality, frontier. I'm telling you, to me, some parts of Wasilla, or maybe it's Palmer, they're so close together, it kind of puts me in the mind of what Anchorage was probably like before they... Arctic Thunder, you said it, not me. Yep, that's my supervisor. Love them guns. I'm trying to tell you. My goodness, I don't think I would be comfortable living out there. I just don't. And the area is spread out a lot, and that's why a lot of people like it out there. And the people are nice enough, but it's just not really my vibe. I'm more of a city girl, and to me, it's very much a town type of vibe, and it's probably reminiscent of what Anchorage was like before they built it up. Robert, Texas, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the party. So yeah, Wasilla. I would go out there if it was to like attend some type of event or something like that. They have the state fair out in Palmer, which is right next door to Wasilla, but other than that, I don't go out there. I don't go out to Wasilla. I have just about everything I need right here in Anchorage, and that's what I like. Well, you're really cool and representing Alaska well. Well, thank you. Thank you, Michael. I try. I really do try. I do know that I got a little bit, let's see, you need to go to Talkeetna, Alaska and have the pulled pork. Ooh, I forgot. You know, I'm not really, can't wait to go. You know, I can't say that I'm really a pork person. It tastes really good. Pulled pork is so delicious, but it'll trigger a migraine headache for me. I mean, that sounds really tasty though. But I could probably tell one of my friends about that, you know, to go out to Talkeetna. Maybe we could take a trip out there and they can have the pulled pork and let me know how they like it. Um, so that last video that I put out about is Alaska safe for women, I did get a couple people who messaged me. They didn't leave a comment. They said they didn't want to leave a comment. They were saying that my video could misconstrue Alaska and make people think that Alaska is not safe and all this kind of stuff. And what I tried to do with that video is to say, hey, you know, from my standpoint, I don't ever feel threatened or scared or anything like that as I'm moving about the city. But I also I didn't want to misrepresent either, you know, and pulling up those articles and sharing that. I wasn't trying to offend anyone. I wasn't trying to offend the Native culture. I mean, for those of you who have been watching this channel for a while, you know, I hold the state in high regard, you know, so I am going to be bringing on an expert, somebody who is actually in the trenches dealing with those types of issues. Let's see, I did not misrepresent at all. Thank you, Ravina. You was just stating facts with the, exactly. And that's all I was trying to do. I cited my sources. And if folks wanted to go and look into it a little bit more, you know, they could certainly do that. So, but I know you can't make everybody happy. But I'm going to be bringing someone on who's actually a director that has a lot more insight. She's in the trenches when it comes to dealing with crimes against, to come on and speak to that. And let me tell you something. I'll say this on the stream, but then I'll allow her to elaborate. Rape is not a part of the Alaska Native culture. They don't even have a word in their language for rape. It's something that was introduced to them. And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that, and I will have her go into that. It's deep, y'all. It is deep. It's deep how that type of behavior even came to exist in the villages. So yeah, I'm happy to bring her on. I'm looking forward to it. We're still trying to line our calendars up and everything. So hopefully we'll be able to, oh, okay, Arctic Thunder is citing some really great sources. Thank you. Michael, you're coming back this year. Oh, right on. Are you coming in the summertime or in the fall? Do you know yet? Maybe winter? I'm just curious. I'm being nosy. But yeah, she's going to speak on it a bit more. And, you know, if we need to have further discussions, yes, summer. Oh, I can't wait until summer. I cannot wait. I am so over winter, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm making plans for summer. We're going to be all over the place this summer, I'm telling you. Yeah, but if we need to continue to have discussions about that, we will. I would like to visit during the summer. You should. Sorry, I have said, well, okay. All right, Arctic Thunder. But Jay, yes, you should definitely visit. Let's see, love your videos. I find them extremely informative. I work in the oil field. Oh, your comment disappeared before I could finish it. But thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. I try to be informative. I mix it up too, just to show you how I live. Summer feeling is the best. Amen. Amen. It sure is. Yeah, I can't wait. But also to kind of show you how I live my life, what my lifestyle is like. As you can see in the wintertime, I tend to kind of hibernate a little bit. Percy and I are going to get back out and do some more hiking. And then there's some other things. Surprisingly, Kasia wants to get out and experience during the wintertime too. Shout out to Percy and the people who support you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll pass that on. And my daughter, she's a huge support. I mean, my daughter, she will get on the road with me. And we actually have a road trip coming up here pretty soon. She wants to do a road trip. And I'm letting her decide where we're going to go. If it's going to be a place that we haven't visited before, or maybe we'll revisit a certain place. So, and she wants to go like during the wintertime. I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked. And then she wants to go on a hike. So I'm like, okay, okay, we can do that. So I purchased a lot of gear so that we could be prepared for that. So that'll be good. All right, y'all. So it looks like we have about 10 more minutes remaining. Are there any questions? Let's see. Some of us go to Kenai to fish, but mostly to hang out. Oh, wow. I don't know what that is. Coco? $20? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Thank you for that. I don't know how you do that. Cool. Thank you. Are you watching the Super Bowl? No, I'm not. I probably should. I don't really follow football. Michael, your comment disappeared before I could get to it. Let's see. I work in the oil field and have been considering taking a job which would mean I would have to. Oh, somebody said LOL. Robert started laughing. Oh, okay, so you're thinking about taking a job in the oil field? That's a pretty lucrative job from what I understand. I think you're out there in the elements, though. I mean, I guess depending on what you do. Is it quiet in Alaska? I think it's pretty quiet. I do. What was your favorite food in Greece? My favorite food in Greece. You know what? Unfortunately, nothing really stands out because we were over there when the virus thing was really kicking off. So they started shutting down the restaurants. I really wanted to try a falafel. I think falafels are Greek. I think they are. And I wanted to try a gyro or gyro. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I wanted to try that with the lamb, but we didn't really get a chance to experience that. So I'll have to go back. I would say I would probably spend a lot more time in Athens than I did in Santorini, because Santorini, to me, it's a cute little beach town. It didn't have as much to offer, but I feel like in Athens, that's where I could really go out and do some dining and stuff. Those are good. I mean, the ones that I've had here are pretty good. I really like is it gyro? I don't know. But yeah, they're super tasty. And I was thinking, oh, you subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Let's see, I have a question. How's the microwave holding up? Ooh, you know what? I love that thing. Every time I walk by that area, I get so excited. Next time, go the Amalfi Coast and stick to okay. Okay. Peace and blessings, sister. Peace and blessings, we will. Thank you for joining the live. I don't know. I'm looking forward to doing the next live. I would much rather have it on my laptop, I think, than on my phone. But I think we're working it out on the phone. So if we need to have it on the phone again, we can do that. I don't want to not have another live. This is so cool. You all are so engaging. I love it. And to think that you're on here, the Super Bowl must not be on right now for y'all to be hanging out with me. Last question. Are there a lot of tiny homes in Alaska? Let's see, you've done a great job. Thank you. So there are tiny homes in Alaska. I won't say there are a lot of tiny homes. I think people were kind of doing the whole tiny home thing because, oh, it's not on yet. Okay, got you. They were into the tiny home thing because some people didn't want to build a full-on cabin. And so they had like tiny homes here and there. So, gosh, I just missed that comment that just flashed up. Oil field. Oh, okay, you already work in the oil field. Got you. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that there are a lot of tiny homes. I don't think so. I haven't seen that many. I haven't. This better than the Super Bowl. Aw, you're so kind. You're so kind. Let's see. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. It does not matter. We will still visit your live stream. Aw, I appreciate that. Let's see, I would work in Dead Horse for 30 days and live in Anchorage. You know what? Oh, miss you already. Oh, oh, that's sweet. You know what? I believe the further north or the further remote you go, the higher the pay is. I think that's real. I think that's a thing. You make a lot more money because you're kind of going out in these areas and there are like hardships, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you get a job out in Dead Horse and come and live in Anchorage, you'll be set. And the colder it is, yes, absolutely, then there's that. Now, I do know that it's more expensive though if you work in Dead Horse, like their groceries and that kind of stuff, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. The markup is ridiculous. Hello, T, good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining. I forgot to mention, I am going to do a giveaway. I have and then some of them, am I going to the Red Apple today? No, not today. Not today. I kind of have a new fondness for Red Apple though, because when I went there the last time, I found everything that I needed. Let's see, hooray. Yes, yes. When I go back and replay this, I'm gonna get the names of everybody who was on the live and I'm gonna give away prizes to 3 people. Love the Red Apple. They have so many different ingredients there. As far as deals, yes, yes, for sure. Wow, this has been so awesome. Pronounce euro, euro. Okay, I hope I'm saying it right. Euro. As I have mentioned before, I will be there soon. Oh, it disappeared again. Well, good. You know what? I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're going to be moving here. Moving is always an adventure, but I will say that this is just me. You're moving to a state that's unlike any other state in the United States. Honestly, honestly, I believe that. We have the modern aspects and the rustic. It's awesome. This is the best pre-Super Bowl party ever. Yay! Stay safe and we love you. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you. Northern Lights. Northern Lights, you mean like the area Northern Lights or like the Northern Lights, like the auroras? Yeah. All right, y'all. It looks like we're winding down. Let's see. Went to New York. Thank you, sister. Thank you. We've been waiting since last week. Well, I have. Oh, the auroras. Yes. You know what? I want to try to catch those. I want to catch those. And the way that I want to do it, I need some people to get back to me so I can do it the way that I want to do it. It would be so cool. It would be so dope if I could do it the way that I want to capture that for you all. Can we do another tomorrow? Oh, I wish. I wish. Let's see. Came to Anchorage in the military. I lived Rika Drive and Rocky Mountain. Rika Drive. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how Rika Drive was back then, but it's kind of sketchy now. Looking forward to more streams. Thank you. Well, you know what? I can do more streams because I'm feeling comfortable with using my phone. So, you know, you'll just have to bear with me, just something to look forward to. Absolutely. And apologies for pushing it back. You know, I think I pushed it back like 2 or 3 times. I am so sorry for that, but thank you so much for hanging with me today. Rika is the new hood. I'm kind of feeling that way, you know. I think so. Rika is starting to look run down. That would be cool. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love hanging out with y'all. This is so cool. I love it. I love it. Well, we're in the final stretch right now. I know folks are probably going to be getting their snacks and all that stuff ready to watch the Super Bowl. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for rocking with me. And I will see you in the next video very soon. All right. Y'all take care. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Uh-oh.